Hello everyone, my name is Noor Arif bin Azmi Noor, and this is the project presentation of our group project for IED principal subject. So our project is automated garbage segregation machine, and our group members consist of Divenya Mahendran and Muhammad Izzuddin bin Samizi and Muhammad Amir Zikram bin Muhammad Fauzi. Now I am going to explain the short report for our project. So the subject is discussion on the performance of the garbage classification. So for the introduction, in order for this project to be complete, we add some mechanical mechanisms. We also have gained some recommendations and techniques to use. So the next is the problem statement. The problem statement is that despite the fact that we live in a digitalized world, traditional trash disposal systems are still in use. Thus, this can result in a significant amount of time and personnel being used. Next is the discussion. So, following additional discussion with our team members, we opt that to employ a sensor as the primary function for this automated garbage sorting. The sensor will act as to identify the substance of the garbage and categorize it accordingly. Following that, we have also added a method for separating organic trash from recyclable stuff. For the conclusion, we have inserted a sensor for each sort of recyclable material, as well as certain tools or requirements to transform this idea into a portable machine. Hello, now I'm going to explain the problem statement. So the issue is that we shall address is that our society is always employing old garbage disposable system, even in urbanized area, which are incapable of automatically sorting out different sorts of litter. Thus, this will requires more amount of time without an automated machine. Next is garbage of various forms are being disposed of inefficiently and over a longer period of time. Next is that this laborious sortation will raise the disposal cost as well as also labor costs. Next is the garbage that are intended to be recycled becomes trash again, and it always pollutes the environment. And lastly is to address this issue, we have come up with an automatic garbage segregation machine that has been brought to be used in this era.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Amir Zikram bin Muhammad Fauzi. Now, for the introduction, our project is focusing on the problem statement. We have picked inorganized garbage segregation as the subject of our investigation. Our study object will be specific type of garbage bin. The design for the smart garbage bin are displayed below, and we have opted to apply of them since it is for a smart bin that can sort garbage correctly.
So I will continue the presentation for the fishbone chart. We have two fishbone chart, which is problem statement and its solution. When we state the problem statement, so we can came out with our idea of the solution. The first one is the garbage type. We have limit types of garbage recognition, which is we have metal, plastic, glass, and paper. When we have limit of classes, the potential of the sensor to detect other type of garbage will be high error. The second one is garbage accommodation. The original device only can put one at the time. So when we put many garbage at the same time, the the device cannot manage it precisely. The third one is technology limitation, which is the original one need to maintaining it regularly, and the source that we use is electricity. When no electricity, the device will be off. After we know the problem of original device, so we can came out with our brilliant solution for each type. For the first one is garbage type. For the garbage type, we can increase the number of sensor, which is for example, the moisture sensor, weight sensor, to calculate the weight of garbage that we put. So it will widen the range of garbage might be separate. The second one is we will be improve the sensor accuracy by adding a shield. So the sensor can detect the garbage precisely. The second solution for garbage accommodation is we put up a barrier to let only one garbage sort through the gate at one time. So the user will know where to put all the various type of garbage when to use the device. For the third one is technology limitation, which is the solution for the problem that we face is we teach the staff how to proper maintain the gadget, so the maintenance will get low cost and less time for the maintaining. The second idea for the solution is we use the renewable energy source to prevent when the electricity is out.
Hi everyone, I'm Divya, daughter of Mahinjan. Now I would like to explain on my part, that is decision matrix table. So here we can see 5 requirements and 7 criteria. We have proposed 4 design. So to choose our best design, we have to consider the requirements and criteria. Our first requirement is capability to keep garbage without causing any damage to its electrical components or to the environment. Under this requirement, all design have fulfilled its requirement, that is, there's no leakage to the electrical component or to nature. Our second requirement is capability to relocate the mechanical portion to crush the garbage in order to preserve room for additional garbage storage. Under this requirement, Design 2 and Design 3 has fulfilled its requirement, while Design 1 and Design 4 has partially fulfilled its requirement. Then we move on to our third requirement, that is Design 3 can able to detect and classify the garbage into its category correctly every time, while Design 1, Design 2 and Design 4 can able to detect and classify the garbage into its category, but with some errors. We move on to our fourth requirement, that is the ability to perform tasks correctly without human intervention. I mean, without human control. So under this requirement, all design partially fulfill its requirements. That the 4 design also able to perform tasks but with minimal human intervention. Then we move on to our last requirement, that is usage of electrical and mechanical components. Under this requirement, all design fulfill the requirement, that is, the for design also optimum usage of electrical and mechanical components. Then we move on to our criteria. We have 7 criteria. Our first criteria is safety. We always see safety as the first criteria, because the safety is important to every designations of projects. So under this criteria, design 2 and design 3 can use because it's extremely safe, while design 1 and design 4 is risk free to use, but it's not considered as it can provide full safety. Then we move on to our second criteria, is environmental friendly. Our third design is the only design which fulfill our second criteria, that is environmental friendly. While design 2 and design 4 is no harm to the environmental, but it's not considered as environmental friendly. Then design 1 is minimally hazardous to the environment, because design 1 has it's not environmental friendly. Then we move on to standards. Under this criteria, design 2 and design 3 has fulfilled the standards criteria, that is, the both design are able to tolerate a harsh climate, whether it's a sunny day or it's a rainy day. It can tolerate the both climate. But design 1 and design 4 has partially fulfilled this criteria. Then we move on to our fourth criteria, that is type. Under this criteria, design 1, design 3 and design 4 has partially fulfilled its criteria, since our second design is not appreciable under this criteria. Then our fifth criteria is attractive. Under this attractive criteria, our second design, third design and fourth design is also partially fulfill our criteria, that the three design also are elegant to use, while our design 1 is a little artistic. Then we move on to our sixth criteria, that's cost effective. Under this criteria, the all designs are cost more than 200 and less than 350. Then lastly, the last criteria is easy maintenance. So under this easy maintenance, the design 2 and design 3 has fulfilled its requirements, its criteria, while design 1 and design 4 has partially fulfilled its criteria. So under this criteria 7, the solution, the design 2 and the design 3 is simple to maintain with minimum upkeep. So overall, we calculate the marks given under each criteria. So the best solution, the best design we have choose for our group designation is design 3. So the marks overall for design 3 is 30. Compared to other design, the design 3 has achieved more criteria and more requirements.
This is our design sketch for our project. And you can see the solution 1, for the solution 2, solution 3, and sketch for the solution 4 for our project. This is list of component and build analysis that we use in our project, such as DC motor, servo motor, inductive proximity sensor, capacitive proximity sensor, ultrasonic sensor, plastic, soldering materials, GP battery supercell heavy duty, wire or jumper, and in our project we use compatible Mega 2560 Mega. That's all from our group. Thank you.